Minnesota now suing the Trump administration to stop the surge as DHS is vowing to send in even more immigration officers. President Trump posting just this morning, doubling down on the notion that the administration is just trying to remove dangerous criminals. NewsNation's Allie Bradley is live for us on the ground there in Minneapolis. So, Allie, how does the climate there today compare with what we've seen recently?
Yeah, hey, Nicole, we're out here in front of the federal building once again, where we have seen clashes with federal law enforcement for several days. I want to step out of the way, though. You can see a much smaller group out here today protesting, of course, the deployment of these federal agents and officers. And you can see some of these unmarked vehicles that come in that have ICE or Border Patrol inside of them, and that's when the shouting kind of begins. That's when the escalatory actions really start taking place. But we're not seeing anything like flashbangs or pepper balls out here this morning. But this all comes, as you mentioned, Nicole, that the Trump administration is canceling temporary protective status for hundreds of Somali nationals. Of course, that's the demographic at the center of the initial controversy here in Minnesota and why they were here in the first place. Secretary Noem saying temporary means temporary, adding that conditions in Somalia have improved. So there are nearly 2,500 Somali nationals currently in the U.S. under TPS, with nearly 1,400 in the country pending TPS applications. That's according to USCIS. Now, these protests have continued across the area. We want to show you this clash just moments ago near the shooting scene, just about a block away from the shooting scene. Our cameras capturing the moments that several officers showed up in a convoy. We aren't sure if they were on target or if they were just in that area, but there were at least 30 officers on scene. Cars were blocked. They deployed flashbangs and pepper balls. They ended up arresting a woman. That's that video that you can see right there. And about 2 blocks away from the shooting scene, these incidents are having a big impact on businesses too. Several have even closed because of the activity. We talked with one owner of a grocery store near that shooting scene, and he says he has dealt with a massive decrease in clientele and customers. Take a listen.
Nobody come inside the building. So I lost a lot of customers. Other restaurants closed this area. The whole of them, the business closed. A lot of customers. A lot of customers.
Yeah, it's really interesting because he wanted to remain anonymous, and so did every other person we tried to talk to because they were scared for their safety. And while many are calling for an end to the federal deployment, there's that lawsuit that Nicole mentioned that was filed by Minnesota. DHS, though, says that they're going after the worst of the worst. Yesterday, under Operation Metro Surge, we exclusively obtained these details from federal law enforcement who arrested these 5 individuals who DHS says they considered the worst of the worst. I think we have some mugshots here to show you their criminal history. These guys that you're looking at here on the screen includes rape, armed robbery, and also drug trafficking. So again, they're going after who they consider the worst of the worst. The administration says more than 2,000 arrests have been made since Operation Metro Surge began on November 29th. That's when they first had that initial wave, Nicole, but we're talking about more agents and officers coming here. There's been some confusion about the numbers. There were already 2,000 federal agents and officers that surged here last week. Now we're looking at an additional 1,000, with hundreds already deploying to the area. About 800 are on standby to be deployed to the area. So this comes as that federal lawsuit or that lawsuit on the state level calling for the end to that federal deployment. But here we go. We're going to see even more people come here, Nicole.
So, Allie, zeroing in on that, I mean, the governor there, Governor Walz, has been very vocal about the deployment. How is DHS responding?
Yeah, DHS is pointing the finger directly at Governor Walz in the state of Minnesota, calling on their jurisdictional policies when it comes to sanctuaries that are the problem, saying that they've actually said that 470 criminal illegal immigrants have been released to the streets of Minnesota. DHS is actually calling on Governor Walz to work with them, to collaborate with ICE and federal law enforcement. They want them to honor the detainers of roughly 1,360 individuals that are in custody. It is a sanctuary jurisdiction. That means sanctuary jurisdictions don't work with federal law enforcement. But another interesting nugget here, Nicole, is I just talked with Commander-at-Large Gregory Bovino Reno. And he said he's getting even more death threats, has even more people saying that they want to essentially, quote, take him out. So he tells me he is on even higher alert than normal, but this isn't going to deter them. They're going to continue to do these operations. Nicole.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.